I don't know why. I just expect a strong performance tournament-wise from Ninjas in Pyjamas. I think that the big that I love to see isn't the big we're necessarily seeing just yet. And Xantares, while he can't see anything, will still get a kill in this long position. So that's not a too shabby a start from Big. They've got 3 smoke grenades and some other junk to deploy here. Now, they could use the Molotov for this car position. However, they may want to use it for the short plant box as they approach the bomb site. We shall see. Just chilling out for now. There is the P250 in the hands of Keto. As I say that, he dies before I can finish my sentence. The glass in that car isn't very strong, and indeed, Device will get deleted and ZTR as well. One by one, Ninjas in Pyjamas fall on this CT pistol.
Not a whole lot that Hampers can hope to do here. 1v4, they know where he is. If he can hit nothing but headshots and only provide a headshot angle, this will be fun. Xantares, well, there was a lot of attention given to Xantares on the desk coming into this series, and I think he deserves it. It's well merited. Because he has certainly stepped up this tournament for Big. They need heavy hitters. When Searson and Keto aren't able to get the job done, they've turned to Xantares, and Xantares has shown up in fine fighting shape recently for Big. And what I wanted to check.
All right, we've got a force buy from Ninjas in Pyjamas. Device's AWP money in the bank. $700 seems to be enough these days. We'll see how things progress in that regard. Big are very, very well equipped in this round. There's no smoke grenade around the long doors to re-smoke the spot. And we can see that Ninjas in Pyjamas will move away. We've got heavy presence towards B from NIP, maybe looking for closer quarters engagements with their pistols.
Indeed. In fact, Xantares has only had 2 red games this tournament so far, and that was the first match against Mouse Sports for Big. After that, he's just been utterly dominating. So, very good to see here for Big. They definitely rely on his firepower. And, well, as far as Big are concerned, I mean, this is all playing out perfectly. 2 players alive on the site, a 3rd rotating over for NIP. But this situation still favors Big. They have the superior firepower.
Starting to creep up. So there's no Molotov for Big for that short plant box. There is a HE grenade, though, which has been deployed, not sure where. 40 seconds, and this is giving time for Ninjas in Pyjamas to rotate, but they don't really have the range now. And with Hampus being eliminated, that certainly makes things a lot easier for Big. And NIP may as well save at this point.
Indeed.
We can see ZTR probably isn't going to be saving in this round, but the rest of them, I feel like they've lost position. These Desert Eagles and Scout could be used again. They could be hunted later on, though, but indeed they will fall back.
Yeah,
ZTR will be eliminated.
But there's no reason to go past that.
Yeah.
Just leave it be. The gamble was that Big Clan would be moving towards that B site. Turns out that's not the case. And so NIP, I almost wish that they just stayed on B the entire time and not even given the chance to lose any of the guns. Once the gamble is up and Big go long, I mean, odds of you retaking are pretty slim. Unless you can get Device and the Deagles popping off, right? And hitting some crazy shots. But again, Big shouldn't be giving you that opportunity. Smoke off the cross, move on to the site, and that should pretty much be it. So 2-0, the lead for Big Clan on their map pick, and it's pretty much their home map at this point. Dust2 is, I mean, Big essentially pick it whenever they get the chance. They have a 69% win rate on it. And so far, I mean, it's been touch and go. They got beaten by Sprout 2 series ago on it, 19-17 in overtime. Sprout really overperforming, doing a fantastic job. But then they take down Double Pony 16-12. So it's kind of a 50-50 right now in terms of this tournament for Big.
Oh, that's a nice flick from Searson. A very small indicator, but a very nice one as to how ready he may be for this series. His sniping will certainly be important. Of course, there is no Mirage for Searson, but he's very capable elsewhere as well. Device with the other Scout will exchange with Searson actually, but he'll get the better of him on the repeat. Keto creeping now. It's a great flashbang for him. Clearing the A bomb site with the MAC-10, utilizing him well, leaving Hampus in spawn. CT spawn, of course.
Yeah, this is actually really favoring Big, at least to this T-side start. Means that they get to set the pace, they get to set the tone for the match. I think Nip are feeling a little frustrated that they're the ones who have to start on the defense here. But we'll see if they can turn it around now. Dust2 CT side can always be a little finicky. Can feel like everything is working for you. And it can also feel like nothing is working for you. So it can be very frustrating. But like I said, I mean, Nip, they had a fantastic performance this tournament on Dust2 against G2. It was clearly mapped out. They had a clear game plan. They stuck to it, and they really just mangled G2. So I'm expecting big things here on this map from NIP. It is still early days. And while this is certainly a way to adjust.
That is a noble push. A brazen push from Searson. Straight down suicide with the AWP to hold an angle on short. And he may be rewarded with a peak. They weren't expecting that, were they? Just not where you're expecting an AWP these days.
Not at all.
Costly lesson for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Take nothing for granted. And maybe a hard read in the first buy round, and maybe this is something that they've seen that Ninjas in Pyjamas like to do. Now, how do you respond? Very early 4 versus 5. Nip had shorts as a priority for their hold. You can see Device creeping towards long now. Oh dear. Well, he's got some rifle support in Plopsky, as you can see. Falling back to the site now. Few insurgents spotted in the mid position. So it seems that bigger posturing for a split of the B bomb site, and the third player will head towards A in res. Oh, that's an important duel. Holding on to long. Device is in such an awkward position, completely blind. They must have seen him running down now. May have to rotate towards long if he can make it. Still just holding position for now. We've got a traffic jam, and Keto will be deleted. He can use that smoke to fall back into CT spawn. Big creeping towards the site, going for that short plant. Retake will be interesting. Plopsky deleted by USP of Searson. And that leaves a 2 versus 3 for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Xantares hiding behind a corner. He's got sound cues here. There could be grenades for him if there were any. Won't be needed though, because Xantares, which means headshots, which means 4-0 big.
Which means the peak performance in CSGO. Xantares locking it down. That looked so promising for NIP for a moment there when Big run out of grenades and they have yet to make it onto the bomb site, so no flash grenades to force the angles. It's all, you should feel like, okay, this is where it falls apart. But then Nip decides to rotate around to catwalk, and it just goes right into Xantares' hands, as we can see. So unfortunately for NIP, their first buy round is going to go against them. 4-0 lead now for Big. And while Big, these first few rounds have really conditioned Nip to worry about long early. 3 players towards long at the beginning of this round for NIP. And just leaving mid completely open. But it's looking like this is going to be Big really hitting this side of the bomb site, or this side of the map early.
Oh, ZTR's got a chance for one at the very least. He'll slow the focus on Hampus, but Hampus can't do any more with it.
I'm surprised at how early Big are going B, considering the success they've had on A long catwalk. For them to go B this early is interesting. Just going to really try and throw a wrench in things here for NIP.
Yeah, we'll see if they opt there on a buy round. An AWP has been collected by Plopsky. I'm not sure if he's got himself a knife upgrade or not, but I suddenly see a big M9 Ruby in his hands, along with the Emerald, which someone else has. Big chunky knives on the NIP side. But a big chunky score for Big. They keep the clean sheet for now, 5-0. Tabson made that one. Oh, that's nice to see if you're a fan of Big. Holy potatoes. Just a 1 bullet from Xantares. He's come into this one sharp as a butcher's pencil.
And he's going to have to be.
I don't know what a butcher does with a pencil, but if they had one, I'm sure it would be very sharp indeed.
Indeed, yeah. He's got all those knives around.
Such, exactly.
Yeah, just
Gonna make it
wouldn't be dull for long.
Yeah. You got
the fun thing, though,
a respectful pencil,
James, is that Xantares is hitting shots, and that's always good to see. But the other guy that has been getting a lot of attention for Big is the man of mystery who doesn't have a camera, Searson. So Searson, 7 kills so far on this map. That is so important. He is an integral part of Big's game. Yep. He's been kind of wishy-washy lately. Not really sure if we can count on him to hard carry the way that he did a year ago, right, for Big. And we brought it up on the blind spot. Tabson didn't have too much of an answer apart from just, you know, Searson is Searson. He likes to do Searson things. And so if he's shown up right out the gates here against NIP on this map, this is going to be terrific for Big. It bodes very well.
So we have a fight for position with flashbangs. AWP forced away at the mid doors. We must note that Hampers has a second AWP. The crouch peek from Keto is very cheeky indeed. can see Hampus seeks revenge. Flashbang will allow an escape, and there's another 5 versus 4. We saw this in the last buy round as well. Ninjas in Pyjamas on the back foot. They'll be heavily relying on his AWPs now. Jump spotted towards that short position. He knows another one was heading up towards Cat. But that's fine. It's part of the default is big players or T players in shorts. You see Device is very alone on the A bomb site. Plopsky has 1 flashbang, as does Device. They may have to support each other in that regard. But Plopsky does not know the climate outside the long doors. And Device has 3 players heading his way, soon to be 4. So they're really depending on these AWPs. The flashbangs are here. We got one on the low ground. Not sure if there'll be cover in time. There's Keto. Plopsky will trade though, hold down long, which allows for potential retake.
It does. That was key that he actually manages to get that trade kill. Because now they can try and work together. It's not the easiest thing. Hampus has got an AWP for this retake as well. Searson bold, but he knows he's going up against an AUG, so he has the advantage with this AWP. Willing to take that risk initially, at least to take a shot. But that's Tijan catching out ZTR already, and this should actually force Hampus back. Plopsky was already committed, I think, before he was able to get out of there. And Hampus isn't even able to save. So this is actually shaping up to be a terrific first map. Look at how pumped Tapson is getting. This is really shaping up nicely for Big. I mean, the key players that we talk a lot about are hitting shots. Searson and Xantares just going to work right now. Everybody feeling very comfortable on Big side. Whereas on NIP, the heavy hitters that we expect to see do big work for them have just not been really connecting at all. 0 kills on the board for Rez, 2 for Device. So a bit of a cold start here for the Ninjas. Didn't stop them from going for a hero AWP on Device this round though. Holy smokes. See if this works.
Got a fast take of long from Big. Now let's see what the response is from Ninjas in Pyjamas. Plopsky is very deep in the short position, so he'll have a warning if it is to be a split. There is the Molotov for the car position, standing on the barrel, aim at the keyhole, and the jump throw, you're good to go. It's a nice flick from Device, and he's still alive, falls off. They're probably expecting to still be elevated, now they know otherwise. Rez trying to get towards Gandalf, perhaps. He's out in the open, actually. Hampus pushing in the meantime, running distraction. But there will be a man advantage and positional advantage, importantly, for Big Clan. And Molotov ahead of that smoke leaves Plopsky limited. Looking for a bomb planter. That's an important headshot. What? He's got 2 from that. That leaves Tapson alone with the Krieg. He has a great angle for it. And Molotov will tell a story. The trajectory will be spotted. And down they go. All of Big Clan eliminated for an unlikely first round for Ninjas in Pyjamas.
What a overperformance from Plopsky. What? Big themselves are just got to be shaking their heads right now, wondering how the hell did they lose control of that situation. Plopsky at range, 2 kills with the MP9. Get out of here, making it look like a rifle. That is ridiculous.
Really absurd. He gets 2 from that. Ever important Plopsky.
Nicely done here by Device, though. This flick, that was quick.
Yeah. Didn't even get a chance to say that Searson's looking very sharp. Actually, I feel like from all the POVs we've seen, everybody's starting this game hot. The score may say otherwise, but well, actually, let's have a look at Rez. He's somebody called out for being a very important player for Ninjas in Pyjamas recently. Still looking for his first kill on Dust2 on the CT side. And you know, the classic Ninjas in Pyjamas roster in a best of 3 series, they would say start on the T side of Inferno first in the first map as a warm-up, to then move into the stronger side. So we'll see what they bring into the T side of Dust2. But first, we need some rounds while they defend. And again, they go straight into a 4v5 situation. I feel like every buy round has been this. We see a fumbled smoke on the door, but there's no harm done. Again, a take of the short position. We've got to focus now on long from Ninjas in Pyjamas. And a minute 10 for Big to work with.
That's an unfortunate miss there from Hampus. That would have been brilliant to bring it back to a 4-on-4. And then once again, Keto straight through onto ramp. Device has been clever, changed it up, but what a brilliant take. Plopsky has no way to know that he is getting flanked there. Device can't communicate that to him because if Device is flashed, there's a smoke in his face. He can't see what's happening on Catwalk there. And so Plopsky is just going to get bopped in the side of the head. And Big, they are feeling so good about this Catwalk take, about this long hit. Feels like they go long, they go Catwalk. Both ways are just working perfectly for them.
Yeah, I feel like they may do this until Ninjas in Pyjamas give them a reason not to. And then they may do it again straight afterwards. Or perhaps with a slight change. Hampus, like the rest of his team, has nowhere to hide, nowhere to go, and no help, it seems. They are being completely outmaneuvered by Big Clan.
Once upon a time, this would have been a complete and utter disaster for NIP. Being reset back down to 1,400. Now we still have the loss bonus online here for NIP, so they will have money to buy. It will be touch and go for ZTR and Rez. But Hampus can afford to drop an AWP for a teammate if he wants. For Device, Device can even just buy an AWP for himself. But I'm glad that we're getting a tactical timeout called by NIP here, because I think that they really do need to kind of slow down the pace, or at least take a breather and get their heads in this game. Because right now it just feels like Big have just got their game plan set. What I like about both of these teams, and this was the impression that I had watching NIP play against G2 on this map, is that they also had a game plan that was set. Like, this is what we're going to do in the first 5 rounds of the half, right? And if we win the pistol, this is what we're doing. If they anti-eco, this is what we're doing, right? It felt very thought out. And I'm getting the same vibe here from Big, where it's just, we're just going to keep hitting long and catwalk over and over again until they give us a reason not to.
Oh, that's a slow crouch peek into a definitely angle. And
Rez
again,
recovered the AWP at least.
Yeah, that was a rough one. Oh boy, this is looking like, I don't know, simulation versus bots at the moment, which isn't meant to be an insult from Ninjas in Pyjamas, but more so about how completely outplayed they are being. I'm not sure about that peak though. After the flashes on the corner, it was a bit late, I feel. But I suppose risks have to be taken in a round such as that. The full buy will come through for Ninjas in Pyjamas. But yeah, more I'm speaking to the strength of Big. They're just about this life, you know. They're just in full control from start to finish. There's full momentum and no breaks.
Well, is this the resurgence of Big that we've all been waiting for, right? Because feels like they've been down in the doldrums for so long now. You know, certain players that were reliable before no longer really hitting their shots. But if they've succeeded in getting those guys fired up again, I mean, Xantares, I mean, even Taps, wow, they're actually so even across the board now for Big. It's like the one ship at the beginning that kind of, you know, was floating up there, Searson and Xantares, the rising tide. With those guys, they're just bringing everybody along with them. Everybody's hitting shots on Big. There is no weakness for an IP to exploit, whereas we're still waiting for Rez to get on the board.
Chain flashes. Tabson's one will be for anybody behind the door, I suppose. But the one Searson's throwing is the one you need to learn at home. Get your jump throw scripts on the go. But now we can have some counter flashes for ZTR as he peeks from the ramp position. Won't help him. The AK is being completely abused. And that's one thing you have to bear in mind. It's just a different level of confidence when you're swinging into CTs wielding an AK-47. And again, Ninjas in Pyjamas could potentially do this when they move into the second half. However, they can't do that with one round. They need to find success, and they're just being wrecked. They're getting 4 versus 5 in round after round, buy round after buy round. They're always on the back foot. And when that happens, there's no response to doing the standard stuff. You lose long, you hold short. But they're simply getting wrecked, and Device will need a big multi-frag here. Moving into the second one, lands on Xantares. Are there any flashes for him? Scopes, but no shots on the third attempt. Hampus falls back for the retake. Now, Plotsky, if he can get there close enough, fast enough, which he can't, he has an incendiary to try and stop a bomb plant. We have the double stack bomb plant being made. Hampus on 30 HP. I'm sure that incendiary will be used somewhere to limit the positions for Big. Could even be used on Big Box. Now they know someone's there. Oh boy. Gross peek from Tabson, and they move into a crossfire situation. Plotsky trying to find something. 97 HP won't be enough. 9-1 will be the score for Big.
Tabson is just styling on him with that Krieg. I think he's the only one who's using the Krieg pretty much every round when he can afford it. I don't know. Do you know any other players using the Krieg right now? Because I can't think of a single player
particularly
who's just using the Krieg consistently.
Not consistently, for sure.
So Tabson, just sick to see him still going for it, and why not? It's working wonderfully for him. He's clearly confident. This is going to be a half buy coming in here from NIP, in the hopes that they will be able to full buy in the next round. And they will. They will. But as far as Big are concerned, right back out to long we go. There's still no good answer for NIP, apart from just giving up long completely. And so now Big, with a minimal investment on their side, they get to just stroll right on up to the A side if they so please.
So we've seen anti-ecos towards B. We've also seen him towards A with Mac 10s and such. No such luck on this occasion. Searson Swing and a miss. Flashbang to take the angle. Reminds me of Cobblestone. On that long channel flashes over the top from sniper to sniper just to post up.
Yeah, I remember that. That was the meta for a while.
Yeah, I honestly don't understand the constant threads about Cobblestone coming back. Bring out some new maps. That's what I say. Well, we have Ancient now.
There you go. You have Ancient.
Very green, green, green.
Yeah, it's as if the new cache wasn't green enough.
Yeah, I think in that respect, people need to chill with the green about things which are overgrown or aged. Cool, but let's not make it super green. I think we've learned that.
What do you mean? All these new skins are, they're not all green.
Like the maps, the aged maps.
No, I know. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I'm saying, like, if you use the new skins, you find those spots, like those bushes, and you can just sit in and be completely camouflaged.
Never mind the spot. It's the entire map of Ancient.
Exactly. It's all green.
Anywhere with a green CT skin, and it's GG.
Can we just get a bunch of, like, nice nuke-colored maps, gray, white, off-white, where things just kind of pop.
Bring back the Arctic Avengers skin while you're at it. I'm waiting, Valve. Arctic Avengers, need them in the game. They've got the sticker in the game of Arctic Avengers. But anyway, lots of avenging to be done by ninjas in pyjamas. They have not been offered any respect in this game of Dust2 thus far. Well, Tizian's by blue, and he has 0 support. He is entertaining, though. Pay attention to this. They've left him to die, basically. Yes. 3 players towards A, trying to deal with him. Meanwhile, the push comes in towards the B bomb site. He is the sacrificial lamb, and the Assault Bay may be ready for him. In the meantime, the B bomb site's been taken.
If you're Nip right now, you just gotta be like, what can we do? Nothing works. They eventually kill Tizian, but again, that was all part of the plan. Big Clan are just feeling so confident now in this play, and I feel like, man, the weird thing is that I have the sneaky suspicion that it would have been the same thing if Nip were on T side. That both, like, whoever started T would have just a huge advantage on this map.
Device just got domed. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Rez, Plopsky, taking these fights. tabseN gonna find him. Plopsky should be able to. Oh man, that was way too close. 1v3, and he is fully boxed in. He's got nowhere to go. Going to get executed by Xantares in a second here. Xantares coming over the top. There it is.
Nothing taken into the next round.
11-1, Bardolph.
Yeah.
Who'd have called this? Not I.
This was a great round from Big. I was really excited by this run. I could see what was happening. Like, I was like, God, why has he just been left alone? Hold on a second. Because they have to deal with him. They have to, because you would expect him to have support, etc. So you're going to stay there with extra forces. Oh, we've got the plate. Okay, it's a different one too, actually, what I was thinking. Where you've got the scout at the doors and everybody runs up, but they've got multiple scouts and an MP9. So it's a variation, let's say.
Searson is, he should be proud. They're treating him as if he was hacking. This is how you deal with hackers on Dust2. You just peek mid with 5 scouts and just kill them.
Oh, Searson manages to escape, and again, just running completely hot. While this slaughter happens, I will say, if you're a fan of M9 knives, all they're missing is an M9 fade on all these players, and you've just got like a great collection of M9s. You've got Law, you've got a Ruby, you've got an Emerald, you've got the Crimson Web on device. It's like, at least that, while it's a complete smash from Big, I'm appreciating that. You've got M9s everywhere.
You've got your priorities straight, Bartle.
Absolutely, yeah. I like shiny things.
You're like a magpie, is that what it is?
Yeah.
To be fair, your desk is like a stash of just different an assortment.
It's like a gift shop for nerds. Well then, we've got a big challenge on long, literally. And in the meantime, again, they're going to try and catch him out of position. They invest 1 man. But this time they've got a lurker in tabseN. We'll see how that plays out later on. But for now, they've got to try and make their way towards this A bomb site. tabseN emerges now, and Rez will deal with him. He's ready, or is he? searson is wrecking people. 17 for 3 in round number 14. I haven't seen a performance like this from him in a while. And it's not even the number of frags, but just the fashion in which he's getting them, the style, the confidence. It's fantastic.
I think tabseN took Maui's comments personally as well. We'll get into this in a second here. But let's see. Does he manage to pull this off? ZTR? No, unfortunately for him, Searson just obliterates him. You know, last night when it's like, why can't you just you take more fights, Tabson? Why can't you do better? Tabson right now is sitting at 17 kills, 1 assist, 5 deaths, right behind Searson, who has 18. So there you go. Tabson, even Tabson's in the mix right now, just banging heads off their shoulders. Xantares, in fact, hasn't gotten a kill in quite a bit of time. But, I mean, his teammates are just doing the work, so he doesn't even need to worry about
getting
it.
the chance at this point. Oh, no.
Let's
the
go.
Negev.
Let's go.
Tizian, what are you doing?
Maximum disrespect.
The armor penetration of that has been nerfed. I love this. I love the disrespect.
Just maximum disrespect.
Right?
They're clowning him.
This is outrageous. And it's fantastic. I'm excited. Searson now. I'm just going to stand in spawn and wreck everybody. This is an exhibition. What is that in Rocky, Hulk Hogan, when he's thunder lips? This is the level we're talking about here.
Ninjas in pajamas? I don't know. More like ninjas in a body cast after this happens.
Thunderlips versus Ninjas in Pyjamas. 14-1, Apta dominance. We even see a Negev, a cameo appearance in the first half. What on earth will we see in the second? Find out after the break. I remember Sponge once described one team in a match as getting absolutely fisted, and I think that's appropriate for what we're seeing at the moment. The long arm of Big Clan is looking to reach for 2 more rounds here, as they have a 14-1 scoreline at half-time, and NIP head towards B.
Spends a lot of time in Germany, doesn't he, Sponge?
He does, yeah. Tizian creeping through the tunnel. Well, that's some information. Tizian with 2. Xantares looking to pick up where his teammate left off. He can even fall back and take some range now. Searson is dropped finally. The beast has been slayed. 21-4-4 is Searson. Unstoppable on that T side. We'll see what he can do on CT. 1 spotted by the car and 2 by the mid doors for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Rez with a P250 looking to claim back some self-respect here in this second half. Let's not forget the Negev we saw at the end of the first, and it's Rez left in the clutch now. 1 versus 3. Probably goes for bad plant. Goes for long plant instead. Got some elevation, he's all right, but for how long? The cavalry is coming through. Takes one in the face, that's a nice tap for Rez. He's got 2 more to find now. 1 more, Xantares just needs a headshot. Oh, there it is, Rez, he's clutched it. Well, there's a chance. There is a chance. He's super happy with that one. High pressure situation, and there are smiles on the faces of ninjas in pajamas despite getting slapped from round to round in the first half.
Oh, Rez's grin says it all. These guys, I mean, this is just one of those maps where at the end of the day, you get a few more rounds in it, you're just going to get your head a little bit more in it. I mean, the beauty of CS is that it's not over until it's over, obviously. And NiP have got 2 chances, so we'll see. Even if Big were able to pick up a round, it is not done just yet for NIP. NIP now get to go into their game plan, and it's actually a very quick long take coming in from NIP. Nicely done there by Tapson. Oh my Tapson! Well then, got it over with quick.
Your opponent's just having a really good day.
Sometimes you just get hard countered. Big were so ready for that long push. Tapson just getting pumped. But Big were so ready for that long push, they just knew what was coming. Big were also very ready for NiP's pistol towards the B side. They knew what was coming there as well. And so now, I mean, what are we going to see here from NIP? Deagles and Kevlar is all they can afford. A couple of smokes. And ZCR looking for the shot. Not going to find it.
I haven't seen somebody get clapped like this since my last visit to WorldStar.
That is a reference and a half. Nice shot. I mean, is that what is that what they're shouting? You know, the coach.
They should. I think Big should start shouting WorldStar when if they close this series out. But we still have 4 Deagles on road. We've got HEs heading towards the site. You know they're going there. Well, maybe. That one needs some practice. Some peppering from Tizian. Okay, hold on a second. This one's getting out of hand. More Desert Eagles now for both squads. They know that there's a bomb planter on the site. These 1-digs are just so continuous. Does Tizian have a chance to even throw the incendiary? He does not. The brutality persists. In both directions, the war of attrition, the carnage.
The beatings shall continue. Sorry, Lex, you're going to have to stay on there a little while longer. Tough. He's already heading out. Already heading out. He sees that map point, just standing at the desk. What a pro. Well, as far as Big are concerned now, what can you do? Just save some money. Yeah, I like this, actually. We'll just have Tabson investing a little bit in this round. But this is pretty much a hard eco coming out here from Big. They just want to buy up in the next round and try and snuff NiP quick. Don't let NiP get too much confidence out of this. If NiP start putting some rounds on the board, if start getting some fight going, you know, you just want to end it right here if you're Big.
Easily avoided. Tabson slayed. We'll see if self-respect can be regained for Ninjas in Pyjamas, at least score-wise.
Nice from center. It's a good find. Gonna back off and save that. I really appreciate it. This is very nicely done. Save the AK. No reason to throw it away. Now you have an AK for the next round. In the hands of Xantares, that can be lethal.
I can't even count all these 1-digs. I cannot count them. I've seen so many today, but just in this one map. This is kind of nice.
Discussion. Do you want the Galil? Should I save the Galil? Who wants the Galil? Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Tizian looking. He wants to earn his rifle.
Match point every round. Game point, sorry.
Okay.
Just got to hear that noise at the beginning of every round. You lose this, you're done. But they've all been here before. We've all been there before.
We have, and we've seen crazy comebacks in the past as well, specifically on this map. Dust2, perfectly capable of running it back here in IP. The well-orchestrated T side with the game plan, they can definitely do it. So, nice couple of digs, but here we go. Full buy on both sides. Galil and AK saved by Big in the last round, but now Searson's got his AWP. And we can see what do NIP have in store for us now. Shot across, nothing there for Device. And very static stuff coming in from NIP, in fact. No rushes. Just holding to see if Big were going to get aggressive this round.
He's expecting it. He's expecting it. He was waiting for them to do exactly that. And there was a chance for 2. Rez left with 12 HP. How about that, though?
That is nice.
The J-Mangle. Xantares trying to rotate towards the A-bomb site and being punished for doing so. The patience will pay off for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Plopsky with the bomb will go to join his teammates, it seems.
Oh, and they're going
Are they
to
going to
push
head
right into Searson.
long?
They're going to push right into Searson. But if the spacing is good, Searson only gets 1 kill. Yep.
Down to the
No
Deagle
way,
as
no
well.
way!
I can't believe it. There's 1 minute on the clock now, and this is awkward for Device. Walking up, Searson will spam Device on 45 HP. Switches up for the M4A4. Keto's going top mid, and so is Device. Oh, hello. Some dancing. Now, does Keto want to finish the match here? He can fall back and head elsewhere. Keeping an eye on things. This is so awkward. T-spawn for Device, and the dancing continues. Down to 21 HP now. Both need 1 bullet. Device will be the one to get it. Nothing is for free in this game.
Man, I actually believed in Searson for a second there. That was outrageous, him getting the 2nd kill on Plopsky.
Big seems to have NIP's number. I can't see them doing this, and I wouldn't normally call that out, but just the way Tabson reacted to that smoke on the door, for example, he just puts himself into anti-flash position and swings as they do. And they still have to go through the smoke. They seem to know exactly what NIP's playbook looks like on Dust2, so we'll see how that changes. It's pistols again for Big as they swing outside.
Brutal HE into long, though. Tags up Hampus and ZTR, makes them vulnerable. They'll have to be a little bit careful. Keto's pushed the smoke, no fear. Push straight into Upper Dark. Hampus, however, out on the flank as he usually is. Will be spotting for this kind of play. Yep. Oh, wow, he's so fast, dude. Keto, that's crazy. Hits that shot. Hampus down to 10 health. But they are going to move on up to the A site. We should get the bomb planted here in a moment for NIP. No, still another chance, though, for Big to save some guns here. If they can get away with a couple AKs, that would be wonderful. Not going to happen, though. NIP doing a good job of defending themselves, and as I say, that Device is going to get bopped.
Uh-oh.
But there should be no way out. There should be no way out for Searson.
Oh, well, he's put an afro on the bomb.
Oh, so sick. Nice
Going
try.
for the major play. 10 seconds would be a long diffuse. But I love the audacity. I love it. Well then.
I like him just trying to make it more and more expensive.
9 rounds in a row required for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Big up back on the bite. Another test rears its ugly head like a gopher.
Like a groundhog. Shot. No.
Ooh, jumped straight over.
So
Again.
close.
152 is Bardolph's recommendation for a shot through the smoke, should you choose to do that. Tabson with a swing. Things not going the way they were in the first half now. Momentum continues with NIP. The pace remains fast.
Well, you're in this situation if you're NIP now. You've just got nothing to lose. Play fast, play loose, and just get aggressive. Because playing a slow default game, I mean, it should favor Big. And yeah, Hampus going to get caught. He's usually on the flank. Big should know this. 2 players on the B side here for Big. And Xantares, what is that? Just gets completely run over, caught out.
I want Rez's config.
You do?
I do.
Why is that?
Too good. Oh, at least on the T side now.
At least on the C. I was about to
I
say,
mean, they all
'cause,
got
you know,
smashed.
that
In
CT
fairness.
config,
If the whole
maybe.
team's getting smashed, it is what it is. But okay, we could alternate configs per side.
There you go. It's like knives and gloves.
Yeah.
Got your different combos.
But now that Big are losing, who do we go? Maybe Searson config CT side, and then Rez config T side. Sounds good to me.
I can get behind that. 24 kills for Searson so far.
Do you remember, you know, you have a French background, right? Do you remember somebody on Reddit many years ago, they made a thread, right, about Scream's config? Because I think he was using like QZSD for instead of WASD. And a guy on a like a UK American keyboard was using QZSD, and he's like, "Oh, it feels really good," not realizing that Scream's keyboard is not QWERTY.
It's the French QWERTY.
And yeah, and his fingers must have been all messed
Dude,
up.
what is that guy doing? That's peak insanity.
It's fantastic, right? Look at where QZSD are on the keyboard. Like,
that's amazing.
He's like, "I've been trying Scream's config, and you know, I'm getting used to it, and it feels good, man." Like,
No way, dude. You're out of your mind.
Let's go.
That's amazing though, dude. Like the thing is, you know, if that guy could play that way, just imagine if he goes back to WASD, he's just gonna be bopping.
He's
everybody.
gonna be a beast.
That's amazing. At some point, you have to realize, like, man, this really hurts.
Right.
Well, it's like some guys, like the way they hold their mouse. Also, like Swag, the way he holds his mouse, it just gives me tendonitis looking at it, looking at it, right? And so, you know, to each their own. Dude, I thought he hit that.
Me too. Well, then here we go. Big, they need one round, and they've failed at it multiple times. Got a very quick take of the short position. The rifle will be collected. They'll rotate elsewhere. There are actually flashbangs potentially for a long play here, so Ninjas in Pyjamas could be in further trouble.
What? Oh, he starts moving before he takes that shot. That's really unfortunate device. Oh. This is just some mad lad material, though.
Almost.
They see that smoke, and they are ready for it. ZTR just putting some shots through.
Yeah, Searson's got to fall back now. There's no second smoke. There's no second smoke for the cross. There is a second smoke. There it is. Ignore everything I just said.
It took a long time to get going, but they were there. Flopsky with a beautiful shot to open things up, though. That's Zantares out of the fight. And they are getting bullied back. Big, not finding the kills. ZCR takes Tabson. And now we're left with Keto and Searson, and even Searson going to get caught in Gandalf. No way out.
Seems the CT side is not the one on Dust2 today. Ninjas in Pyjamas continue to come back.
This would be, well, no, hold on, we're not going to get it. Not going to get ahead of ourselves here, Bardolph.
There's just one slip up. It's like if the CTs make the right play in one round, like, I don't know, they boost on a full buy on short or something, let's say kill 2 people, that's all that's required, technically speaking, for the cards to fall down for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Just, it doesn't even need to be an error per se, but it's just they make a play and Big make a different play. Just one round.
Does ZTR hold on to this auto snipe? No, he doesn't. Okay, then. Had a lot of money, did he? Nice shot there from Searson to kick things off, though.
Right then. 4 versus 5 for Ninjas in Pyjamas. It was a common issue for them in the early rounds on the CT side. They'll have to turn things around.
Now they head over to B, perhaps in hopes that ZTR connected bullets with people as they tried to cross. Zantares and Keto completely giving up the bomb site, though, to focus on mid. Keto's just now making his way back. They clearly thought there was going to be some kind of play for info out here from Nip. Smoke for the CT side is now just going to go down here from Plopsky. Standard B-split smoke.
With only one lurker in mid and that incendiary down in the halls, that certainly helps Big for a few seconds at least. But indeed, there are just the 2 players in towards this B bomb site. Here comes the execute now, creeping around the smoke and the mollies. We've got him trying to make a crossfire, but surely the numbers game overwhelms. Keto's still alive somehow. There could be some flashbangs on the way. Once Thiessen's the only one with one. Well, 1 for 1 they go. Going for the fast plant of the bomb now so they don't get caught with a CT push.
Very
That's
nice.
been completed. See Plopsky by the car. Oh, ZTR. Thought he was done for. Tizian now, he knows one is near double stack, but he knows he's walking into a double peak as well. If he goes wide to the back, he could potentially avoid it. Switching out some grenades. Plopsky has to land that one! Oh my god, 5 HP for ZTR. It's that close as NIP get another round on the board. You can see him wiping the sweat from his brow. That was a hairy one. He did mess up a little bit there.
Quad kill for ZTR in that round. The young gun stepping up when his team needed him. That is fantastic work from him. And Big right now maybe need to start throwing some curveballs here, at least in this B setup. It's very consistent that they don't hold from plateau at all. They're almost always on the site. They're trying to set up some kind of crossfire from the bomb site. And so NIP feels like they can just kind of focus almost entirely on the bomb site as they push through. They don't even need to look plateau. Could be a way for Big to throw things out of whack here as Keto is rotated all the way over towards long in this round. This is an eco round coming in for Big, so not expecting too much. Zantares, he's going to get some action.
Oh, well then.
3 shots, 3 hits.
Yeah, there's a HT grenade, but no flashes for these choke points. So, oh, timing. Awkward. Oh my god. What could happen though? Tizian is still a ways away, coming in from B tunnel. However, look at Device. There could be a timing here, especially if Device right-clicks to unscope. Turning around now. Oh, look at the tunnel. Pulls out the deagle. Tizian crouches. Oh my god, I can see the disaster. I'm so close. Just needs one. Not yet, though. NIP continue the run.
Fighting back round after round. 15-10. Map point for Big. It's been a lot of map points. Back to back to back. And well, this was Antares with 3 shots, 1 kill. So unfortunate that Tizian doesn't actually look right. Doesn't check the well. But Device gets the drop on him, and that leaves us in an awkward spot. But we're going to get the double AWP now in play here for Big. And there's the opening kill from Keto. On the cross, catching Device, running down Suicide. There's a reason why we name it that.
Hampus making his way down now with a very strong flash, and there's a big focus towards the B bomb site from Ninjas in Pyjamas. And again, Big have 3 towards B, but Tabson's repositioning. We'll keep an eye on that on the radar. Ninjas in Pyjamas moving away for now. Or are they? Again, it comes down to making the right play. 5 versus 4 advantage for Big, and they've got a AWP at the back of the B bomb site. So if it is to be that, this may spell the end for the comeback run from Ninjas in Pyjamas. Hampus lining up a smoke for the B doors. There's pop flashes. We've got the combo meal deal. They're lining up though for Keto. He must have done enough, surely. ZTR and Hampus remain committing to the B bomb site now. Still have a late rotation. They've got a 2 versus 2 on this bomb site. And the trades are here. Hampus 1 versus 2. He's got 1 minute to try and make this doable for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Heading towards an instant bomb plant. Searson and Tizian now, plenty of incendiaries to be deployed. Creating some space now with some flashes. Swinging in. Hampus, 1v1. He has to land this, otherwise it is done. Tizian just waiting for the eventual peak, and there is the headshot. That's been a long time coming. Big finally do it. Just needed the 1 round, and they get there in the end. A noble comeback from Ninjas in Pyjamas, but boy, the road was long.
It was indeed, and it would have been exceedingly rare for it to go the distance and for us to have to go to overtime to settle this. But Big not going to let go of it. They will win their map pick. That is them up 1-0 now in this series.
I have never slapped an arse as hard as NIP got clapped in that first half.